Hey, what's up, guys? Rob the Jeweler here. Today we're going to be working on a hollow necklace, hollow chain. This just popped in one place. See if we can get this thing out of the way for you. Just popped in one spot right here. We don't have any frays or anything, but we're gonna make these ends. Cut some of this end off because we want it to be even. Like so. Okay. Then what we're gonna do is we are gonna go ahead and light our torch here. And sorry I hadn't done a video in a while. I had a lot of real life stuff going on, so didn't really have time per se. But it'll probably take me a minute to get this thing lit. I keep saying I'm gonna buy a new torch, but you know how I am. I'll use it till it just, kind of like everybody else, use it until it just really completely breaks and it just won't fire no more. Kind of like people do with their cars. They run it until it just absolutely cannot run anymore. Come on. Come on, you can do it. There we go, we're starting to get a flame now. Alright, we got some fire. Okay, now we're going to set that off to the side. We're going to go ahead and boric acid, denatured alcohol, the chain. Put a little on each side. Then what we're going to do is we're going to cut two little pieces of our solder here. Just two little snips. You don't need very big pieces, just a little bitty baby pieces. Because the bigger the pieces you cut, the more glob of gold you're going to have running. So on necklaces, you want to try to use as small as possible, it makes it hide in better. If you use a big piece, you'll get it welded together, but you'll have a blob and it doesn't really blend in very well. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and basically what we're going to do is overlap. We want to overlap these two pieces like so. And then we're going to be using a 4-tip. So we're going to use a small flame. We don't need a gigantic flame. We're just going to use a real small bushy flame. Using a 4-tip, you can use a 3-tip as well. I prefer 4. And then you're just going to heat it up very lightly, very gently. Get your solder to flow. And the necklace wants to move occasionally. That's fine, we'll just put it back. Like that. Okay, that's one side welded. Once you got that side, once you got this side where you've overlapped it, so you're going to weld it on the top side, then you can flip it over and weld it on the other side. So we're going to flip it over. Grab our other little piece of solder here. And we're just going to do the same thing on the other side here. Well, we're going to have to cut another piece. That did not quite go where we wanted it. So we're going to cut just another little piece here. And we're going to heat it up. There we go. I think we got it where we want it. Okay. Now we're going to let this cool off for a minute before we go grabbing it. If you got some water, you can just quench it in some water, but I got my water way on the other side of the room there, so I'll let the fan cool it off today. Then what we're going to do, just to make it even, is you want to use a rubber mallet like this, and you're going to want to tap just very, very lightly, because this is a hollow chain, this is not solid, to kind of even it and make it blend in with the rest of the chain. Like so. Okay, and then here you can see, right, let's see if I can get that to focus in there. Yeah. It's kind of trying to focus, but we welded it right here. You can kind of see where it's darker there. But we're gonna go clean this up, polish it, and then we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back with that chain that we just welded. And as you can see, you can't really tell where we fixed it at. We got it welded back together. This was for a store piece. And I'll show you where it is because I know where it's at. But right, if I can get it to focus in here. But right there is where we fixed it. But it's very hard to tell unless you're really looking for it. But if you got the tools, fix it yourself. I'll do a video on some of the basic tools to get started. I know I keep saying I'll do that, but I will at some point, I promise. But this is Rob the Jeweler, and if you'd like and subscribe, that'd be fantastic. This is Rob the Jeweler, and I'll see you on the next one.